What is going on, my diggity dogs? It's your boy, the CEO of Grass. Yeah, sorry, Max said the CEO of Grass. I went back in time and I purposefully bred plants to make grass. You're welcome. Today I'm coming at you with 10 more Roblox games, so let's get right into it. Starting off with a Doodle. Doodle is a platformer type game where the style is of little drawings on a piece of paper. Like the title says, it is of doodles. You're basically platforming on doodles on a piece of paper. The game is unfortunately bugged, I'm pretty sure, because I could not jump for the life of me, despite the fact that this is a platforming game, and in the game it even says that there is a double jump. I just could not jump. So I couldn't make it too far into the game, but from what I did see, this game seems really cute. I just wish that I could jump, so I could experience more of it. I would say this game goes right below Blitz Runner. It's better than Serenity's Reach, because Serenity's Reach was just kind of bland. It was something about gray and red blocks. Meanwhile, Doodle actually has some type of theme going for it. It's actually interesting to look at. Next up is In My Dreams. It's just a black square, but that's what the name of the game is. In My Dreams is one of these dream games, just like Something Somewhere, where you're just going through a bunch of worlds where you're in this house and then you're in this big void area that's like on a grass plain with a bunch of eyes looking at you. I'm gonna sort of group all of these games together just because I don't really like games like this. Well, it's not that I don't like the games, it's just that they're kind of boring, I would say. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. They're all kind of blend together, all these dream games, that I just don't really have anything specific to say about each of the games. Next up is Let Him Go. Let Him Go is a story game of this guy who sort of goes through a mental breakdown because a good friend of his decided that he didn't like the main character anymore. So you sort of go around talking to all your friends or all your neighbors, and they sort of notice that you're not doing too well now that your friend has left you. And I believe there are multiple endings to the story. I get the bad ending where the main character gets like ran over or something. I think the story of the game could be good. I have not played through I haven't played through any of the other endings after the initial playthrough, so from just what I've seen, I would say it's about on par with Behind the Shelf. I would say it's better than Behind the Shelf. If you're going for all the endings, I feel like it could get really repetitive. Just like all of these story games, they can get pretty repetitive due to how you get to the end of the game in order to see which ending you got. So that's just something that I have a lot of gripes with when it comes to Roblox story games in general, just how repetitive they are and how there isn't much variety in what you do. Kind of like with Happy Plants, at the very end of the game, you have a couple choices to make, and that's it. And kind of with Beyond the Shelf as well. There's just a couple different choices to make at the end of the game, and I'm not too sure about Let Him Go, but I feel like it's probably on par with that. Next up is Life of an Otaku. Life of an Otaku is not what the name may suggest. It is a very, very pretty story game. I would say more exploration type game where you inherit this house that your parents left for you after they passed away. So you get to go around and sort of explore it and find a bunch of secrets. There's a bunch of these weird glowing like discs across the place that'll do something cool. You can make a UFO crash down, you can do all sorts of stuff, as well as there's like an actual type of story involved. It's more like a timeline than a story. It's just you going around trying to fix up this broken down house. I would say, just because of how pretty this game is, I would say it goes maybe at the very top of Take or Leave It. Yeah, because even though Janitor 2.0 is, I feel like it might have more variety to it. I feel like Life of an Otaku is just simply more enjoyable. Janitor 2.0 is a very simple game. there isn't much detail involved. But with Life of an Otaku, there is a lot of stuff to look at. You kind of just gotta stand back in awe at how pretty the game is. It's like on par with something like Rainy Vibes. All right, next up we got Life Purpose. Life Purpose. I'm not too sure what to think about Life Purpose. It's a very crazy game if you ask me. It's a story game of this guy who hates his neighbors. He kind of like is extremely paranoid about his neighbors and like how they're all constantly out to get him, and they do stuff just to annoy him, which is probably not true. As the game progresses, you check up on this like corpse in a cave multiple times until eventually somebody finds the corpse and you have to like chase them down. Nothing ever comes of that. I don't know why that was in the game. The part of the game that stands out to most to me is the dream segments, especially the last dream segment where your main character goes and like murders a monk, and then he burns down his village. And throughout these different dreams, there's this orb that's kind of like your subconscious, I would believe, who sort of like talks to you about everything that you've done, good and bad. And at the end of the game, the main character sort of talks with himself about how he wants to become a better person and how he wants to start anew after burning down this village. And he goes off somewhere else, which is where the game ends. This game reminds me a lot of 1006. So I might put it like right below Prototype, or I'll put it right below 1006. Because just like Prototype, this game kind of has a cool twist. The game was just super intriguing to see how this character comes off as depressed, I would say. Or at the very least very paranoid about things around him. I feel like a video just about this game could be good, like a great character study of just the main character. That would make for an interesting video. Alright, next up we got Pantry. For some reason, Pantry has like a 50% like to dislike rating. I don't know if the creator of the game did something bad or if this game is used for something bad, but I just don't see how this game in particular is like bad in any way. It's just a small game where you're in this pantry and you could look at some stuff, and then that's kind of it. It's just one of those games where you're just in an enclosed area. I'm probably just gonna put it like below. Yeah, I'll put below Garage, but above Noob Whacker. This game is a lot like Garage and Unearthed Showcase, in the sense that you're stuck in a very small area, except the camera is not locked in one place. You can actually move it around, and all you do in the game is sort of look at stuff. Alright, next up we got Pine Ridge. Pine Ridge is a role-playing game. That's like the main premise of the game, although I treat it more as an exploration game. There is so much to look at that it's not even funny. I would say there's more to look at than games like Quiet Space or Rainy Vibes. It's a big expansive world full of different houses and just environments. So I feel like there's a lot you can get up to when it comes to just role-playing in general. Due to just how much of this game there is, I feel like I might put it just at the very bottom of Certified Classic, because just like Quiet Space, there's a lot to look at, but unlike Rainy Vibes, there isn't exactly anything that you can do by yourself. Like, that's why Rainy Vibes is so high, is because of just how much you can do without having interacted with people, which is something that I prioritize in games. Alright, next up we got The Sun, Moon, and Stars, to These I Bid Adieu. This game is similar to Something Somewhere and In My Dreams, where it is a dream game where you go around and look at a bunch of different areas. The only thing about this game is that this game is either the originator of this genre, or it is the game that made this genre very popular. I feel like I've played this game a bunch, but yet I don't think I've even covered like half of the stuff that there is in the game. So I might put it like right at the very top of where I put all these dream games. Might even go above Kagutaba if I'm feeling like it. But for now I feel like that's where it goes. Alright, next up I got Tales of Tenorio. This is a monster capturing game similar to Pokemon or Lumion Legacy, where you are this character who is going out on an adventure to sort of help make money for your mom who is in a bad financial situation. I've played this game a couple times after I recorded the initial recording, and this game has a lot in it. There's a lot of different tornarios, there's a lot of these different monsters to collect. Currently there are only 3 gyms, so you're not going to get as much out of this game as you would out of something like Lumion Legacy. But I am a big fan of monster capture games in general, so I'm going to put this up. Maybe to right here. Because like I said, while it doesn't have as much as some of the other monster capturing games on Roblox, it still has a ton of stuff in it that you can do while you wait for the updates to come out. It's just generally fun. I don't know if it's just me, but I find these types of games to be extremely enjoyable. So I would definitely check it out if I were you. Last up, we got the waiting room. The waiting room is this weird, like, back rooms type area where you're in this big, like, liminal office area, big liminal office building where you start off in a waiting room. As soon as you touch the door, one of the doors that's in the room, you get shoved out of it and you're thrown into the game, where there's a bunch of stuff to do. There are phones that you can go and talk to people across the map with. There's a cloning chamber, as well as a like shrinking and growing device that you can use the shrinking device to go inside of little like mouse holes in order to get shortcuts. You can, I don't know how, but somehow people managed to clone me, and so there was just people that look just like me running around. This game is kind of just stupid fun. Just something enjoyable to go and look around with your friends for like 10-20 minutes. I would say this game goes above of my Abyss, just because I feel like this game is much more done, much more finished than of my Abyss. That's all I really have to say, so that's going to be it of this video. Stick around because I have more to come. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.